on the note of Gordon Ramsay, how's the? Can you play? I don't want to break beard too early, but you've sent quite a few things in the chat saying
what's
that the most viewed video on the channel has now been demonetized.
That video probably gets like 30,000 views a day or something still. It says strong swearing in the first 10 seconds in the title or persistent swearing throughout the video.
Yeah.
Neither of which in my videos I ever do. And in that video, I don't do. It got to the point where yesterday I just kept typing "get your boss." I was like, "Get your boss," and it says, "Get your boss," because they just kept saying inaccurate things to me. Like I've been doing this 10 years. I'm not like trying to be conceited or like obtuse about it. I know it's wrong. Hi, Adam.
But I'm Josh.
And let me apologise in advance if the quality of this week's podcast is less good than usual because we're recording 2 in a week. I realise I'm ruining the illusion of the upload schedule, but we are doing 2. But that's a good little kind of way of just getting past the fact that it might be shit, basically. How are you doing? You've had your ears lowered, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to tell people that on the introduction to any sort of content. I reckon
it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Rule breakers over here, man. Like, how's life?
I'm alright, mate. Yeah, I've got
sick fade going on there, man.
Sick skin fade going on. Look at that.
Yeah.
Got my money's worth there. Yeah, I'm going on holiday this weekend, so I need to tan back a mid. Look how white it is.
Yeah, but I mean, it would look weird if it were the
Tanned.
same colour as your normal skin, yeah, because it is protected.
Your hair's way better than like with a fade.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, cheers, man.
You know when I was digging through old clips on Facebook
Yeah.
to post, like the old clips.
Oh, man, I had like long,
Yeah.
we're just
way better now.
Sort of just past COVID. Then it's just how long my hair was in COVID, man. It was crazy.
Well, because you couldn't get a haircut.
Yeah. I did have a few illegal,
shaved my
lockdown
head,
cuts, a few lockdown cuts with the boys.
People are allowed to admit the things that they did illegally now during COVID.
We should do a full podcast on that. Anyway, should we?
My mum tried to cut my hair through COVID and bollocks it up so bad.
There's no way I'm letting my mum know anywhere near my hair.
Shaved my head, skinhead. It was awful. It was awful.
You're like a shit kind of fucking Poundland Lex Luthor.
I didn't have any facial hair then either, so what's even worse.
EDL George in corner.
Lex Luthor if you had like an iron deficiency.
Looked like Elijah Wood in, what's that football film that he's in?
Green Street.
Green Street.
Yeah.
Just so non-threatening whatsoever.
Yeah.
Let's have some comments then, Georgia boy.
It's time for a YouTube comment from you.
First comment from Alex Hunter. Can Adam get any more grumpy? Josh and George, how do you put up with him?
Don't put that to the test, brother. There are a few more levels of grumpy I can get to, believe me.
Who was that? Alex. That's not Prod the Beast, man. It's coming out of the fucking hole. I thought we were going to stay in the hole forever. I thought this were it. I thought it was curtains.
I might get back in my Badgers set. You never
better
know.
not. Nope. We can't go back there. We've seen the light.
Next comment from you.
Fucking slurping, you daft. Oh, there's 2 swear words. You're going to have to bleep them. We're like, really.
I'm not bleeping the F
You
word
definitely
anymore.
are, given my experience with YouTube this week.
We'll come to that.
From user, whatever. Beard guy, shut up.
Are you trying to antagonise me? What's...
Yeah, beard guy, shut
This
up.
is on the Katina podcast, that one.
Yeah, beard guy, shut up.
Beard guy, shut up.
Did you put that Alan Partridge meme in where he just kind of goes like...
Put that in, George, for audio listeners.
Yeah. And last comment from Gen X Jar. Man, you were struggling on that first challenge there, buddy. I have a question. Someone might have asked it. I don't know. But what are your plans for when you can no longer do this for a living at some point? You're not going to be able to eat like this. You can't do it forever. Do you have a backup?
Put that to the test, won't we? Can't do it forever? I'm pretty sure I can do it forever.
You won't be doing this forever, mate.
I won't be doing it forever, but like, if it's a question of
it.
can.
Yeah, if physically could.
I absolutely 100% could.
Mental capacity.
Yeah, and even if I don't film it, like into late life, I will still once a week probably
upload a video.
No, just eat loads of food that I want to eat. You know, like it's a good way of being able to eat a little bit of what you want to like your heart's content.
Yeah.
And it's just an easy way to eat. It's easy for me like mentally to eat that way. So
yeah, I think if we look at you physically compared to other people in the food space, I'd say that you're doing well to balance the books.
I don't know. Like I saw actually a video that I don't really normally watch, you know, those like shorts and reels and shit. I saw Katina. Speaking of Katina, put up like a little training video in her home. She's looking great, Nick. Yeah, and we say that with complete respect, and we're talking about muscular development and general conditioning, nothing else. But the home gym looks nice.
Randy comes bursting through now. What? I am here. What are you saying about my wife?
I don't think they're married, but yeah, like that. I think I might stop by there if I'm ever near Nashville to use that gym. Looks it's a nice home gym. That.
I wonder how Randy's getting on with his sexification this year. Is he on a sexification?
I lose track of the sexifications. They seem to like. It's a bit like when my sister in January tells me she's going to diet and it lasts for 2 weeks. Oh, yeah. I feel like Randy's sexifications are getting shorter.
Speaking of that, though, hasn't Jen been round your house using the training facilities? PT Beard has been on the case.
I tell you this. It took a lot of convincing. She, will you write me some kind of thing to do? And I'm like, no, because I've done that for the last 8 years. And just never. Like, what's the point? What's in it for me? But she's going through a tough time, so I thought, yeah, okay. And I've got a home gym currently. For who knows? For how long? Who knows? But yeah, she's been turning up and doing a little bit of training, and she impressed me with certain things, but she is just appallingly weak at some other things.
What did she impress you with first? Then let's do a shit sandwich.
So I got her doing my favorite, military strict overhead press, just with the bar. But she could do the bar for like 6 reps, which is not bad. For somebody that doesn't train.
20 key.
And with really quite impact. But she cannot do a single chin up to the point that actually I asked her to do some dead hangs.
Yeah.
And I said hang, right? But I had the bar set lower down. So she had to basically pull her knees up. So she wasn't far off the floor, basically. I didn't want her to jump and I just wanted to straight hang from there.
You think she'd be good at that? Because she's held a few bars recently, won't she,
Sure, she'll appreciate that, yeah. But long story short, she was so committed to it. This is where I got the commitment. Anyway, the story's not good. She fell on her face. She was committed to the point that
she actually fell on her face.
She fell like onto her knees. She didn't catch herself by like going like this with her feet. She fell onto her knees and then onto her face, and then like kind of slightly forward onto the back of the rack where the plates are held. But it shows that at least she has some dedication.
Have you got CCTV in the gym?
No, thank fuck.
Why?
I don't know. I talk to myself in the gym a lot.
Yeah, they get leaked.
You can have CCTV, but just like hopefully no sound.
But overall, she's doing well with it.
Well, she's been to my house twice, and like I don't know what the commitment is like. It won't be the first like couple of weeks. It'll be like week 5.
Yeah.
When she's like, I can't. Really
How far away does she live from your new pad?
Half an hour. Drive, depending on the time of day.
Fair fucks. What else have you been doing this week?
Nothing that can probably be repeated on air. But I went for curry last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is unlike me. A lot of my. I think my friends might have seen the podcast. Concerned for my well-being. So my real friends from high school and stuff.
Yeah, the ones that have like come in 6 weeks too late. Like, everybody said to me, like, "Oh yeah, I went out with my mates last night. They held a bit of intervention." I'm like, they're quite literally 4 weeks too late.
Yeah, a bit late for that.
So what's going on with you? I was like, this meal is only going to last 2 hours. Tell me about your golf handicap instead. How's the family?
What were your curry choice?
I got this weird kind of, I don't know what you call it. It was like a white, I got like a white, because I'd already eaten, right? And normally I used to eat once a day and it was pretty late. So I just got like some white fish. But I didn't realize I wanted like a dry, kind of, like a dry, spicy, kind of like a tandoori fish or something. But I ordered the wrong thing and it was this kind of gross, creamy thing. It was not good.
I don't trust like restaurants like curry houses to have fresh fish. I don't like. I'm always a bit apprehensive about that. You know what I mean? Like, because there's always like a masala fish starter, and I'm thinking we are so far away from the seaside. How fresh?
I feel like there's some prejudice here because would you think that about a fish and chip shop?
Well, that's what they do, though.
Yeah. Because if you've got an extensive,
wait a second, shut the fuck up.
Oh my
God. So there's a fish and chip shop down the road in Wakefield, and there's a curry house down the road in Wakefield.
Yeah,
they're both equidistantly far away from the sea. You're telling me the fish and chip shop is going to have
how many
fish?
people at a fish and chip shop are ordering fish, and how many people at a curry house are ordering fish?
Have you ever watched Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares?
No.
Right, so on that,
Gordon
Ramsay's got his extensive. Like, when he goes into a restaurant and he's like, "What is this? You fucking plonker! You've got 67 items on this menu. How are you going to keep all of this food fresh?" And then it's like mouldy in the back. When there's like chicken masala, chicken fajita, chicken tandoori, and then there's a masala fish. I just think the fish probably ain't going to be as fresh.
Let the record show I'm officially vociferously disagreeing with you about that, but okay.
On the note of Gordon Ramsay, how's the? Can you play? I don't want to break beard too early, but you've sent quite a few things in the chat saying
what's
that
the
the most viewed video on the channel has now been demonetized.
Yeah, I mean,
We
like,
did talk about this on last podcast.
thank
So.
the gods, right, that it's a year after it was uploaded,
Yeah.
right? So it wasn't demonetized from the get-go. So, but it's still, that video probably gets like 30,000 views a day or something still.
Jesus.
That is mad.
Yeah, they demonetized that on, like, but I've spoken for so long now that I've just given up, and like I've given up talking to them, but it's making me like give up, like in terms of thinking about
So they've not-
videos that I want to make in
They've
future.
not like revoked the
No.
ban. Has
They've like reviewed it twice and said that it's right, and I'm just like, you know how demonetization works, right? You'll get the ad suitability, and it will give you a very brief idea of why it's been demonetized, right? So one of them says strong swearing. So there's a language one, right? One that we oftentimes come a cropper of. It says strong swearing in the first 10 seconds in the title, or persistent swearing throughout the video.
Yeah.
Neither of which in my videos I ever do, and in that video I don't do, right? So I'm like, right, well, if nothing else, the feedback's inaccurate, so I want you to update the feedback to reflect that I do not swear in the video. Well, we can't give you a timestamp as to where you swore. I was like, I know you can't, because I don't fucking swear, right? So get somebody to review it that knows what they're doing. You're gonna kickstart me here, man.
No, I'm not.
Why is it one rule for that and then it's a second rule for this? So, like now, I've been keeping the F words and stuff in the podcast, and it's not been a problem. It comes up like straight away, like it needs review. You put it for human review, and it passes it. Whereas yours, there is no swearing, or it's bleeped because it's Gordon Ramsay swearing.
Did they say because the bleeped part at the start?
No, they wouldn't tell me what it was.
Oh,
That's,
right,
that's the whole, like, this is the thing about, like, you know, I often, like, bitch and moan about multi-channel networks and how much I hate them, and how much I actually really, to this point, I've enjoyed being an independent creator, because it allows you to not be part of that homogenous, like, everyone's doing the same shit thing.
Yeah.
I think if I were in a multi-channel network, that would have been resolved like that, because they would have called somebody that knows what they're doing at YouTube and be like, sort this out. So, like, I suffer because, like, I have to go on there and talk to creators, support myself, and they're all, like, idiots, don't know what they're doing. The risk of just, I mean, like, if I've shown you some of the screenshots from the chat, right, where I say to them, hi, I'd like some help today. Is that okay? Thank you. Thanks for helping me. I've got this thing, I believe it to be wrong, and I'd just like you to review it. And I'll be like, have you tried getting I've given them, like, the video ID. Have you tried asking for a review? Yes. Like I said in the first paragraph, I've had a review and it's inaccurate. Could you look at it again?
It's not even a chatbot, is it? It's an actual person, but...
It got to the point where yesterday I just kept typing "get your boss." I was like, "Get your boss," and they'd say to me, "Get your boss, because they just kept saying inaccurate things to me. Like, I've been doing this 10 years. I'm not like trying to be conceited or like obtuse about it. I know it's wrong, and the problem is you can't talk to anyone. You can't physically talk to anyone. So, and it got to the point where somebody stopped the chat on me yesterday. They were like, "We can't help you anymore. Bye." And I'm like, all right. So it's not really the question of that video. If that's one video, I can live with that. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? It's terrible because it's my most watched video, but okay. The problem is that you then think, well, am I going to spend 5,000 quid in the crew to shoot another video like that? Probably not, if I'm not going to make money from it.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't get it, and I don't understand like that. Because imagine that if that were Mr. Beast, you think he'd have the same thing, and it shouldn't be that, like, it's based upon like how much money you make from all the prestige of your channel, or whatever. It should be the same for everyone from 0 to fucking 100 million subscribers.
Do you still earn from the ad suitability? Like, do you still earn an amount of money from that?
From limited ads, you earn, but it's like exponentially less because
I would. You should just turn monetization off. You know, from your side, and be like, "Fuck you, you're not getting any money then." You know, like, because it's in their benefit.
Yeah. I'm like, but I think it's. I wanted to start this podcast off quite positively.
We're interested.
Like,
I didn't know if you resolved it.
Yeah.
If somebody's sat there with 4 million subscribers, you would assume you've got like an account manager at YouTube. I would assume.
No. You don't. You can actually. It's funny. You can apply for those at certain junctures. They'll say you can have like an account manager to help you with your channel. And all they do is they'll be like, "Have you tried changing your thumbnails? Have you tried uploading more frequently?
Make some shorts."
Shut the fuck up. Like, what? Like, I've been doing this for 10 years. This is how I do it, right? I don't want that. What I want is somebody there that when something admittedly quite rarely goes wrong, Like I don't normally have a problem with YouTube. I very rarely would ever complain about them, and most creators complain about them all the time. What you want is just some accountability when things do go wrong, and for somebody to explain to you, oh, actually, yeah, this is the reason it's been demonetized, so you can avoid it in future. One guy actually said to me, the first chat, he said that we can't give you timestamps because then you can avoid doing it in future. I'm like, yeah, I can avoid the money, the video being demonetized, so both the platform and me make money.
You took 40% of it.
I don't know, man. Like, but I'm at the point now where I just thought I don't have the time for it. I don't want to get irritated, and I don't want to like start because ultimately it's me at the end of that chat line, right? And like it's not their fault, but like I just don't understand how people can like behave that way. Like it's such a blasé fashion. Oh yeah, it's like, well, you know, what we say goes, but we're not gonna give you any information, and I know it's wrong. So whatever, I don't know.
YouTube won, George. So
cheer me up, George.
What
Come
that
on.
means is we've got to, as I said in the last podcast, start doing a bit of marketing because Beard's about to throw the towel.
I heard Kate Ovens is looking for a new video editor.
She is. She dropped me a line actually. She dropped me some DMs, but she said logistically she is in the south and we are in the north.
Tell her I moved back up north. She went to uni in Newcastle, didn't she?
Oh yeah, true.
More food challenges up north. It's got to be done.
Yeah.
Well, you're not opposed to going down to sort of London and stuff like that.
I was supposed to be in London this week, mate. I was supposed to go. This was the plan of action this week. Wednesday, I was supposed to go to London to the illustrious podcast show.
You didn't go?
Well, a bit of a hiccup. It was funny because Tyler, who owns this place, they invited me down. They were like, right, we'll sort your ticket out to the event. I had to pay for my own ticket on the train. But I'm like, whatever. Tuesday night, it's like 7 o'clock and I'm messaging Tyler Yard, like, where is my ticket? I've booked my train ticket, but where's my ticket for the event? Because like, and I was starting to arrange stuff with people that I knew, like James, who helped us with the live show, and I was like, oh, it could be quite a good day. So I get to the train station, it's like 7:20, got my coffee.
In the morning?
Yeah. And on the screen, it's like London King's Cross. This service may be affected due to obstruction on the track. And I thought, all right, fair enough. Then over the tannoy, it said, like 3 minutes later, this train is cancelled because someone has been hit by a train. So they completely like shut it all down, it was almost like a social experiment at that point. Because I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Somebody just died. Like, I don't care that somebody died. I don't care about going to London. But then all the sort of business people were like fuming, like speaking to NLER or whatever they're called.
LNER, yeah.
How am I going to get there? What time am I going to get to London? And I just spoke to the lady. I'm like, is there like an alternate route? She's like, oh, you can go to like Leeds, then to Manchester, then Manchester to Houston. And I'm like, all right, well, what time will that get me to London for? She was like, 1:30. I'm like, sound, I'm out. So I was like, bye. Went home, called it at home. Danielle and Tilly's still getting ready. Tilly's going to school. They're getting ready. I'm like, just going to get changed. It's all been cancelled. I'm off to the gym. So I went to the gym. I just worked from up here. But that means that for another year, we've not been signed by Spotify, Aircast, whoever else is in the
For the record, I'm quite happy about that. Not that somebody got hit by a train. But the fact that you didn't go down there and sign us up with some gimpy agency.
I don't think we would have done. We wouldn't have been signed up for a gimpy agency anyway. But it would have been quite good to go see what the lay of the land is. Because I mean, like as you said before, we just sat in this nice mill in Wakefield, wondering how to podcast for a living.
Lovely old mill.
I think we do a good job.
Yeah, but we don't make a living.
We don't have a career.
We do a good job at losing money
good content,
year on year.
Yeah.
Also. I've got a father in fails. Have you got the jingle, George?
I do.
Tilly's bumping ahead, falling down the stairs. It's time we hear the tales of Josh's father in fails.
I'd say I've done all right over the last, year?
There's not been a
None
lot.
of you
Not
use
been
that.
many.
All came to a head this week. So it might have been on Wednesday, actually, when I didn't go out. I was like, we'll go out for tea. So we went to White Rose, but we'll go to Wagamama's. Tilly she's got into this habit of like trying to leg it. So, because she thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
So like I'm holding her hand and she's trying to pull, and I'm like, I'm not letting go of her. Then she's pulling.
Like a dog on a lead.
Yeah, so she pulls. I was like, fuck it, you're going to have to learn. So I just let go. And she went onto concrete.
So it quite literally came to a head.
Yeah. But I thought, she's falling over, but she didn't put her arms out. So so she starts crying. I picked her up and there's blood just dripping from her nose. So there's a big graze on her nose now.
Concussion protocol.
Big graze on her head and a big graze outside of her head there. So that was a pretty epic fathering fail this week.
I've seen. It's funny that, isn't it? I've seen. I don't want to keep bringing this podcast back to my sister, but one of the funniest things I ever saw was like when Jen was so drunk, she fell over one time outside the dry dock in Leeds. You know, the boat.
You told us this, yeah.
That's I said it before, but she didn't put her hands out. I feel like I feel like even if you are drunk, right, you have to be very drunk for your body not to have the, for your mind not to kind of engage and just do this. So you break your fall. And she went like face first. Like, look, it was like raining and it was like muddy, and she just went like face first into the ground. And that's why she looks the way she does. No, I'm joking. But it is. It's funny seeing people fall over, isn't it?
Not your child. It's not.
No,
hopefully you'll never find out.
It's bad. No, it's bad when it's because you kind of feel bad for them. You don't want to be in pain.
I felt
awful. Screaming and crying and
She
carrying
wasn't
on.
screaming. She was just proper crying, and then like blood was like trickling from her nose immediately. I'm like, oh, that's a baddie that.
Got to learn.
And now we're going on older this weekend, and she's got like a big like graze on her nose. Right.
But you're going against Cyprus.
Yeah, Cyprus.
Where in Cyprus?
Ayia Napa.
Oh, you told me that. Yeah. Ayia Napa, Ayia Napa, Ayia Napa. What was that song?
I've never heard that.
Do you really like it?
Oh, yeah.
Is it wicked? We're love it. Fucking awful song that, isn't it? Well, yeah, enjoy Ayia Napa. I remember I went to Ayia Napa one time and it was like 48 degrees. I had to keep like stopping at a bar every like 50 yards just because it was so hot.
We're going for a wedding with a child, so we won't be bar crawling. I think we're just going to be mostly in the hotel or on the beach, I think, and then in bed by 7:30.
Is it next week?
I'm going on
Is
Sunday.
this why we're double recording?
Yeah. So
Is Tilly going to the wedding with you?
Yeah.
I was speaking to somebody recently and they said that they would not allow children in any capacity at a wedding.
I understand that.
Which I thought, is that kind of frowned upon?
What, to say that?
To say like you're not bringing kids?
Nah, like
it's allowed.
When it's
That's
your
fair
wedding,
enough.
it's up to you, innit?
I feel like you're going to kind of price yourself out a bit, aren't you? Because like then maybe people aren't going to turn up, but maybe that's the idea.
I went to our best man at a wedding last year in Greece, Tommy's wedding, and he's got 2 kids. One, that I guess at the time was maybe 2-ish, and then a 4-year-old, and they got married right, in a really picturesque location in front of these mountains. Obviously, wife comes out in a really nice dress, and then Tommy's like suited and booted. But the kids were just kicking off that much. But they weren't kicking off, but they wanted to be with the parents at the front. So for the 20-minute ceremony in 45 degrees, the mum and the dad are holding a kid each. Can you imagine how honking that must have been?
Well, I don't know. That's
and these kids
Kind of cute for photos, though. Isn't it?
but the reality of it was like, if anybody tried to go like, no, come here, come and sit over with everybody else, and kids like, no, you're like, all right, yeah, that's probably why kids shouldn't go to weddings.
Suppose that's why you're supposed to get married before you have kids.
Yeah, that's just a religious thing.
Inherently it is a religious thing. But I
Religious.
think it might also be quite practical, though.
Do you ever get married?
No. You think I'm giving somebody claim a half of my material
Nah, you'll
wealth?
get
We said this last week.
Prenup.
Prenup. And my sister, as a formerly practicing legal person, says that those are really actually hard to enforce. Apparently, they're not like watertight or anything. Oof. Perhaps anyone in the legal profession that watches could tell us if that's true or not. I don't know. But
I did see something. A football player, I can't remember his name now. He divorced his wife, and she basically was like trying to take half of everything he had and stuff, but everything that he owned was in his mother's name. So she couldn't have anything. So all his money was in her account.
He wouldn't give any of it. He wouldn't hand it over to his mum, though.
There's no way I'm giving my fortune. But my mum would take that. I wouldn't have any claim to it. She'd be paying me like an allowance. She'd be like, well, where are you going this week, Adam? Oof, how much do you need for that? I'm not sure about that. But look, I've taken this for my new knee replacement.
I'm pretty sure that and this is not my words, I'm pretty sure I listened on Joe Rogan and he said that like the top female billionaires in the world are billionaires because they were divorced from male billionaires.
Well, I
can
mean,
you just check that?
It's like the top 20 or something. They're all from divorces.
Which is brutal, like that's sexist.
And there go the remaining 8 female subscribers to the podcast.
That's not our words. That's just what I've heard on other podcasts. Could be true, might not be true.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sorry to interrupt this episode. I just want to take a quick moment to tell you about our Patreon. As you know, we don't take on any old sponsorships around here. In fact, we've only done 2 in the last 2 years. That's why we need Patreon. That's where you guys come in. Each week, we do a Patreon-only episode. Fancy going to watch Kung Fu Panda 4? Yeah.
No, I'd just call you for that, dickhead.
I'm not shagging you. Anyway, George, as well as behind-the-scenes content from all our trips abroad, all the antics, and all the stuff that we've frankly can't post on YouTube. There's a great community being built, and the money generated helps keep this sinking ship afloat. If not, George is going to have to go back to selling his ass for money. You get early access to every episode, and there's a Patreon-only episode with every podcast. Not only that, there's almost a year's worth of behind-the-scenes content for you to catch up on, and you can see all the antics that goes on whilst we're abroad. And you can ask us questions on our Patreon-only Q&As. All this for less than the price of a pint. Thanks as always for the support. Now back to the episode. Did I tell you that? Mate, I went home yesterday, and some guy knocks on my door, and he's like, "Is this your car?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Can you move it? Because we're like wanting to lift this manhole cover up." I'm like, "Yeah, no worries. Give us a second. I'll go get my keys." Shuts the door. Goes and gets the keys. Come back outside. The guy's looking at me like this. He's going, "Do you do YouTube?" And I went, "Not really." I said, I'd work with people on YouTube. He's like, "You're Beard's cameraman, are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I went,
Depends. Do you like the crew videos?
I goes, "Yeah, I do a podcast with him." He goes, "Oh yeah, I watch it." I'm like, "All right." And then I'm like, "Shit, he's on my doorstep." I went, I'm moving house. I said, "You're the only person that's ever like recognised me at my house before." Then I thought, because you used to get recognised at your old house all the time, didn't you? By like delivery drivers and whatnot. But it proper creeped me out.
The difference being that I don't have a family, so
it proper freaked me out. And Danielle heard it out the window. She was like, "That's weird, isn't it?" And I'm like,
that's why you get why I want to live in the middle of nowhere now.
"Yeah, I get it."
Yeah, because
Imagine being in Iron Apple and just someone just goes, "Josh."
That's fine. But like on your doorstep.
On your doorstep,
It's like that proper freaks me out.
I know,
the guy was nice
you're there
enough.
with your kid though, you know.
Yeah, it were weird. So, but yeah, it also funny that
I'd apologise, but I pay you enough to that you that kind of comes with the territory. So,
Gotta move now.
yeah, how's that going? Just because you'd like be asking me about stuff that makes me mad. So that when you tell me like how it's going with the estate agent, I'm sure people at home are like desperate to know if you've
somebody actually commented, George, on the last week's video, like, "Keep us updated with this. I'm really interested in that." Like, I don't know if they're taking the piss off.
That's sarcasm.
We are precisely no further forward. In fact, maybe we're a fraction for. Apparently, it's been escalated now further within the land registry.
When did you buy this? When did you officially have this offer accepted?
Germany Part 1, which was
February.
about 15 weeks ago.
That is absolutely unacceptable. I'm just like, I'm going to buy a boat, man.
Do you know how far away we are off like doing it? We don't even have the contracts to buy that house yet. So, you know, like you exchange contracts. We've not even got a contract yet.
I'd just be like, "See you, man." I'm
so
not doing
we
this.
are like, we're as close as we were 15 weeks ago.
Why don't you just get like, if that were me, even if I like the house, I'm so stubborn and I would be so unimpressed, I'd be like, "Fuck you, man. I'm not buying the house anymore."
I need to be careful what I say in case the people that buy my house are watching.
Nah, fuck those guys.
No, I could not fuck those.
Fuck those guys.
Because those guys want to.
George, put the camera. Is the camera on me? Yes.
No, those guys that want to buy my house have sort of suggested, should we break the chain? I mentioned that last week. Now, but a bit more.
You will never break the chain. Dun, 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 dun,
Listen.
dun, 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 dun.
Whatever happens, whether it can only fall apart if they decide they don't want to buy our house. That's kind of it. And if they don't want to buy our house, they've got to then start another 3 to 4 month process of buying find another house and start the process again. If that all happens, I honestly don't give a fuck now, to be honest, mate. Like, if it all goes to shit, I'll stay where I am. And I mean, your sacking is this year anyway, so I probably could do a savings.
When did I ever say I was sacking?
You fucking put it in the chat the other day saying you're retiring. That's game over.
That's not sacking you. And I said that's end of 2025. I said 25 an hour. I put a cricket gif in. But that was just like right at the height of, you know how kind of tempestuous I can be. Yeah. That was like the end of this chat with these YouTube people. Don't panic. In fact, have I said at some point that I'm going to quit? Because like people keep saying like,
you have said it quite a few times.
Yeah, well, I don't mean it. You know, just like take everything I say with a pinch of salt, basically. You know, like I'll do this till my fucking heart explodes. Like, you've got my word on that.
Which it might soon.
Are you going to sort of like, when you do decide to finish the channel, are you going to sort of do it in a big send-off sort of style? Like, do like the biggest challenges, like the toughest stuff, or just
no,
do
it's just be like
special?
It's been cool, bye.
Yeah.
Make it short.
Do like do the McGregor thing. Thanks for the cheese, bye.
I think what I would like, a big part of me, like, I was thinking like this the other day, is like if I stopped, to be like stop and then like make a comeback.
Oh yeah,
be like a George Foreman, like years later.
Like fighters.
You got to kind of do that, haven't you?
Yeah.
I don't want to leave it as long as like Mike Tyson, for example. to come back for an exhibition. But like that would be kind of cool in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like there was a guy called Pat Bertoletti, who's one of my favorite competitive eaters of all time, and he quit Major League Eating, right? And they got mad at him because he got up on stage, you're on ESPN, and he had those those trousers that peel off, and he had like a banana hammock underneath, just like a speedo one. So they were like really mad at it. So they were saying that basically he could never come back, but like then they let him come back, and he made like a big comeback and everything, and I thought it was kind of cool. So yeah, like, I think there's something about the idea of comebacks. I think I quite like the idea.
Yeah. I think you'd be welcome back.
I don't think I could quit. I can't quit. I don't think now. Don't know what I would do.
We'll find out when this Sunday's video goes out.
Wait, you talking about the crew dynamic thing? There's an interesting statistic I was looking at this week. That video's been liked 95,000 times. Now the last one that I shot by myself was liked. It's been up longer and has done 1 million more views, but it's only been liked 100,000 times. So if you look at that statistically, that implies that few people have watched it, but more people have liked it.
To be honest, I think most people that watch YouTube don't comment. I think the people that comment are just very, very strongly passionate.
Yeah, like if you're going to
That's
get
all you
negative
see.
comments, it's more likely to be.
It's only going to be
like,
negative comments,
Yeah,
like
pretty
people.
much.
Yeah, it's always a negative bias in it. It's funny actually because like on the only thing that's missing out of the crude videos is the voiceover. But George has edited the first video from the recent trip, and because most of them are all speed challenges.
They're pretty quick, aren't they? Yeah.
And George is like, there's something not right here, and because there's not as much interaction from us, I'm going. I've not seen it yet, but I'm going. This in my head, I'm like, the only resolution for this is if you actually put a slight voiceover in it, because I remember we didn't interact on many of them because they were so like
Because you're speed eating, you haven't got time to stop and talk a lot and make jokes.
So
Come on, man, I wasn't
for the
reading
fans, there might be a voiceover coming back, which would then be the perfect
they will.
hybrid.
The fuck they will.
Cut that bit out. Cut that bit out. Cut that bit.
Just make them a bit more chaotic, George. 6 minutes.
Well, it's about 6 minutes now, and you've finished the challenge. So.
All right. Well, I'll just put them up. Like I'll just do them double time, man. I'll go back to old fashioned. When the fuck they still? I've forgotten. Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go like 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I don't like man. There's a reason I do those, like so that they are different and like okay, And I was going to shoot today. I didn't even. I forgot that we were even doing this. I was on my way to fucking Louth or Louth or wherever the heck it is to film a video today. Then I realised we were supposed to be doing this.
He
So.
texts me. It's like, "Are we podcasting today?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's like I'm just on my way to do a food
I
challenge.
set my camera back, I
I'm
was
like, but we need to film today, or else we're going to miss a week of podcasts again.
Yeah, well, I forgot about it, man. I thought it would be like early onset dementia or something, but I didn't film. But like I told you, I need to film something because I'm forgetting how to use the camera. I'm like, what the fuck? 1 over 50. Like, what's
I'm filming this
base ISO's 800.
I'm filming this afternoon. I've been helping my brother-in-law with his YouTube channel, so I'm doing a bit of filming with them this afternoon.
Yeah, nice.
At we're going to McLaren in Leeds.
Oh yeah,
Very exciting.
Starting the film.
I'd love to have one of those. McLaren.
So
nice, aren't
everything's
they?
ironed out now.
Yeah, this is it's a
separate?
tester. It's a tester. We're doing a tester, but we're going to start the video at McLaren, which would be pretty cool. He owns like a performance car company. Once it's all out and about, we'll. I don't know. I'll put it on my Instagram. I think it was good. I fully scripted it, planned it. Like I think it'll be a good video. Scripted the intro. It's like because this channel's like a business channel, but it needs a bit more. Like they're just kind of run and gunning it. Whereas like I've managed to get some hooks that at the beginning that might entice more viewers, rather than just fucking shooting and hoping for the best. Yeah, nah.
Nah, that's the best way. Shooting up for the best.
But your stories are inbuilt out there. Set up conflict resolution. Hi, I'm Beard. I'm here at the.
Whenever I ever said hi, I'm Beard in a video.
Conflict. This is the massive.
Shall I do that next one? Hi, I'm Beard.
This is the massive steak challenge resolution. He eats the steak. Hooray!
Maybe that's the problem. I think I need to fail one on purpose. So this the other day, I saw some comments saying like, "Oh, what a surprise! You won another one." I replied saying, "Don't worry, mate. I'll fail the next one I film just for you." So I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna fail it on purpose.
Last time you failed with James Smith at Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was because it was at Christmas. Yeah, that was ropey, man. That's still the worst video of recent times in terms of its performance.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's still worse. That's worse than the Germany one.
We're all good then.
So you're winning.
Can I just request a quick piss break, mate?
Oh my God. What is it with you, man?
I've just been training. I've just been like the gains. I drink loads of water when I'm training.
All right, I guess we'll just sit here and just chat. Should we just leave this in, George? Let's just leave it in.
I mean,
why don't you come and sit down, George? Because your hair's a bit of a mess. Oh, he's coming in. Shouldn't have said it was a mistake. Give it a little kind of push through there. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you had the little kind of headphone dent, but now it's all right. Gorgeous George is coming to sit down.
Can't change the angle.
No. This feels like a bit of an I feel like I'm doing a job interview now.
Yeah. I don't know how you sit at this table and have a laugh.
A casual conversation.
Because of the downlight stuff, it feels like I'm being interrogated.
It did feel like that at the start, like an Oliver Stone movie or something. Like, yeah, but how's life with you?
Yeah, good. Very good. Band practice last night.
Yeah?
Chucking some new songs in there.
Feeling confident. How long does it normally take to competently learn to perform a new song?
Depends on the song. We've been practicing like one song for like 3 weeks, and it's still not there.
Hey, what song?
But
you like to say? Or?
The Joker and the Thief.
Is that the Wolf or Wolf? I don't really like that song, but
It's a good song.
What part's hard? It's like getting.
Well, it's a long song and there's lots of different sections and different riffs in it and stuff, and it's trying to remember what sort of comes next kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's so much involved. But like, we started another one yesterday and it sounded pretty much spot on straight away.
You are very good musicians, so yeah.
You started a band yet?
Am I starting a band?
Yeah.
No, I don't have the musical proficiency to be able to play live. I'm really more like an on-record musician.
You've done it though
Is that a
before.
thing? I have done it before, but like quite. I think it was reasonably complicated. It was like 4 chords though.
Would
George.
you be more comfortable playing guitar and singing or doing drums though?
I'm like terrible at drums. I can't play them anymore. So like,
I think you're the best at drums though, out of all the things you do.
Like you give me like 2 weeks, my guitar chops will be decent enough, right? You give me 2 weeks drums, I'm still gonna be fucking flaky, man. Like if we're doing like something pretty basic, all right, anything with like that's a bit of a shuffle, a bit of swing, or like a bit intense, like I'm playing, you know, that Michael McDonald song. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. Keep forgetting things will never be the same again.
I don't think so.
Right, well, there's the drum. That's the drummer that's like really.
He's back from his piss break.
It's kind of a bit intense. Yeah, I don't know. It's up to George. He edited it, but like I found that whole 3 minutes like way more entertaining than usual. So, do you want to just go sit over there, Josh? Like,
New and improved version then.
he just asked me if I'm to start a band. No, I'm just
start a band.
I'm waiting for you to invite me to be like the Bez to play the maracas or like the.
You can play an instrument, man.
Well, we haven't got a rhythm guitarist at the moment.
Hey, well, that's easy. Like that's the easy guitar part.
But I don't think we want to share as wages 4 ways.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do 1 gig for free. But how many you do like 15 songs? I can't remember 15, man. Fucking hell.
He'll be like that guy from last week who's booting his fucking pedal off the stage, won't
Yeah,
he?
he
That is more like smash the guitar.
You can't put up with this guy on a weekend, every
for that.
weekend, and during the working week. What are we talking about, George? What's next?
So you messaged me this morning because I said, "Oh, we need some show notes." That was this morning.
Show notes.
And I was like, "Josh, what can we even talk about?" And he said, "Oh, well, I've got something interesting to talk about. I got a notification from a Facebook group about lawn care."
Yeah, it's like I got a Facebook notification this morning. It's like suggested groups, Lawn Care Protection UK or something. What were it called? Have a look at your phone. And I was like,
lawn maintenance, lawn. I don't know.
Oh, that's the most middle-aged like Facebook suggestion.
Do you know what?
The lawn care community.
My dad's dad, so my granddad, who has been the longest dead.
Yes. Longest dead.
I don't know why I had to add that annotation, but like he had the most immaculate lawn you have ever seen, like an award-winningly good lawn. Because it was basically like when he was retired.
Yeah, that's all he did.
It was like all he did, right? But it was weird because I kind of thought it was an odd hobby for him to have because he was such like your man's man. Like he was in the army, dude was riddled with bullets and shit and like survived and like just a proper hard case. But like loved his garden and like flowers and shit. But it was like impeccable to the point that like, you weren't allowed to walk on the grass.
Oh,
right?
really? Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
like a bowling
But,
green.
I've never seen shit like it. Was like the healthiest. Like the grass looked so good, I would eat it. It looked that good.
My next door neighbour that I've currently got, who might be my next door neighbour for foreseeable future, he's like really into his gardening, and I'm absolutely the complete opposite. Like when I can't see my dog in the grass, I'll cut it. And he said
Which is when it's cut anyway, 'cause it's tiny.
Yeah. He said to me, he's like, you never know, Josh, when you get older, you might get green fingers. And I'm like, that's a weird analogy.
Green fingers.
I've heard that before.
I've never heard of it. Like your poor wife. But what it led on to that, I thought, what a middle-aged thing. And then I thought, I wonder what some more like stereotypical middle-aged men things are there out there? So I
Why are you
said,
looking at me?
George.
I'm not middle-aged.
So I said, George, find me some stereotypical middle-aged male things, and we'll pose it to Adam and see if he can relate to any of them. Because
This is
you're
getting worse.
there,
This is
mate.
getting like looser every way. This fucking podcast, man.
So I looked on Reddit at some like stereotypes.
What is Reddit? Is it like just a forum?
I think it's a forum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
all right, cool.
The loss of mobility / fitness is one. As a young man, you would wake up, furiously masturbate, have pizza for breakfast, and then run alongside the school bus for 14 miles. Now your alarm goes, and you carefully open one eye very slowly and hope everything is going to be okay. A fucking yawn is now high risk.
No, I don't. I've got to say, straight up, I don't relate to that. Somebody told me recently actually that like I wake up too quickly in the morning. Like I get up in that and I'm straight up out of bed.
You do?
Yeah, because I don't know if this. You tell me like what you're maybe a little different. Maybe George, right? So you wake up. So like you come to consciousness in the morning. Are you straight out of bed, or you like just sat there lingering for like 5 minutes?
Probably more lingering.
For how long? You having a little nibble at Daniel's ear, seeing if you can get like around him before you go
it
down
more
to the
depends on
podcast show.
It more depends if I'm trying not to wake her up. Like I probably would get up. I would rather wake up, get out of bed, go make a coffee.
George?
I kind of linger around in bed.
Nah, I'm like, as soon as I'm up, boom, I'm up, out of bed, morning shit, the routine begins. I don't like
Do you
to
shit
just-
immediately as you wake up in the morning?
Well, like, no, I get up, I go downstairs, and like I'll put my electrolyte tablets in, get like make a coffee maybe, let it cool a little. Then I'll go for a quick poop. Then I clean my teeth.
You've never done a quick poop, you lad.
Well, in my morning poop's pretty quick.
Yeah?
And then
25 minutes.
Clean nah, depends what I've been filming. But like on a normal day, I've eaten a lot of vegetables, so it's like boom, no problem, right? I'll clean my teeth, and then like the day begins. But I don't really relate to it. I'm less fit than I was when I was younger. But like I don't like.
I read one online. It said when you're younger, you get hurt, but when you're older, you get injured.
Yeah, I put that
And
in.
that's so true.
Yeah, I've got like an injury now. It's doing my fucking head in. But yeah, you know
What's your injury?
I've got like a slipping rib. Like where the cartilage like expands too much in your rib.
Okay.
And like normally it's all right, but like you have those days, especially if you trained hard.
There's one here where I had to get physical therapy for a pinched C6, C7 nerve after watching a show on my iPad while laying on my side.
Mine's from like actually doing some
Actually
work, I think,
training.
but-
Lad, you showed us that reel from last week's podcast where we're arguing about how many beers got bought, and both of us laughed that hard. Afterwards, I went, fucking hell, my side's killing me. And you went, yeah, me too.
Ooh, I laughed too hard. That shows you how infrequently I actually laugh.
Everybody in office sitting next door looked at Adam like, what, has he just lost his mind? Because you laughed so like aggressively.
Well, I didn't laugh aggressively.
No, you laughed
I laughed
like
enthusiastically.
That is a funny reel, though. That is good. The pee spot on your boxers that you can feel because the last drop waits until after you think you've finished.
Yeah. Well, that comes back to Tory Mike's dabbing routine.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, like I've still got kind of good, I think, not that I'm into like Kegel exercises, but I think I've got good control of my urination. I don't just like,
It's just the old sphincter, isn't it?
yeah, it's just like, shit myself now and then.
Might be too specific to be of much help, but mid-40s men seem to get briefly enthralled by ancestry. They go through like an emo hereditary phase at the same time their kids are about to leave for college. Our dad sincerely believed we were Jewish for like 2.5 months, and at one point told my brother we may or may not have had relatives who died in the Holocaust.
Hang about.
I don't know what he's just
Whose
said.
kids are leaving at college when they're 40?
No, he I think he's saying that that adult is 40 and then the kids are leaving college at whatever age.
Oh, I thought he meant like the guy was 40 and his kids are about to leave college. I think when the fuck did they get started? When he was 15 or something?
No.
25, actually, that's reasonable, isn't it? The fuck am I talking about? That's how far removed I
I
am
don't
from
even know
like,
what you just said there,
breeding
mate.
habits.
Like, to be honest, I don't know what you
Basically, midlife crisis.
To get into ancestry.
Getting into ancestry.
Oh, we already
which
had Danny
both of
Mitchell
you've
on,
done.
man.
said. Yeah, Danny's in his 30s.
I wasn't really in it with that.
I think CTE's knocked him back a few years or forward, whichever way it would be.
That cat was immense, so he's probably still ahead of us.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Danny, we need to arrange the old rollabout.
Yeah. I was going to...
Say this every single week.
well, I'm kind of like ready-ish now, like to...
Let's go down
I've not got
this
anything
afternoon.
planned. Maybe not this afternoon.
He's not in today. The
I need to be
sparring's
like-
on Friday night.
I need to be like mentally prepared for it. But I was going to message him the other day, like a shirtless selfie of my gym and be like, Danny, I'm coming for you. Obviously, like ironically. But yeah, I've got my...
Send him that picture where he cocks out that's in our group chat.
Which one? There's like 8 in there.
Yeah, but the one that's like photoshopped, so I made it bigger.
Oh, right.
You know, he tops off and you hung.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Send him that and be like, I'm ready for you.
Probably can't post. Like maybe on Twitter I get away with that. But, yeah.
I liked his comment on the reel we put out of like creating you a Tinder bio, and he put, I'd leave Beard looking like a painter's radio.
Oh.
Oh God.
He's not right, is he, Danny? God bless him. I love him, but he's not quite all there.
Another middle-aged stereotype. Starting sentences with, I don't care if you're black, white, purple or yellow.
That's my granddad, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like an old person thing, not a middle-aged thing.
Or you young single guys don't know how good you have it. If I was your age, I'd be fucking everything in sight.
I think that's been said in the
That's definitely
next door before, isn't it?
Many times.
Yeah.
To me before. Phone call.
Oh,
Answer it. Is your old man?
Hello, you are live on the Breaking Beard podcast.
That's incredibly awesome. Thank you.
He listens to the podcast. George's dad listens.
Hi, George's dad.
Wow, I'm going to be famous.
I don't know about that, but
Well, the millions of viewers that you have.
Oh, you must be good at a different podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll call you back later then.
Yeah.
Tell us some funny stories about when George were a kid.
I can hardly hear him. What did he say?
Tell some funny stories about when I was a kid.
Ooh.
He used to like shagging balloons, didn't he? I heard that one.
Did anyone get bummed by a goat?
No idea what he's saying.
Can't hear you.
George, hang on. It's like speaking to me granddad.
I'll speak to you later.
Call you later.
All right, bye.
Yeah, your mum told me about that shagging balloons thing.
George is well
You used to put like baby oil on
What are
balloons.
you on about? Anyway, should we get back to the matter at hand?
Back to the loose
There's going to
agenda.
be about a 20-minute podcast.
Should we get
He's
this
going to
back
cut it
on
all
track,
out.
please? Gonna rage quit this soon. Okay, another middle-aged stereotype. I involuntarily make a noise whenever I sit down, and usually when I get up too.
Oh yeah, I definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Have you seen that thing where it's like every sort of man when he's like he's been in a place for too long, he goes, right.
Slap your legs. Right, I'm out.
I've been here for too long now.
That's me after
I
about
don't
30
do that.
seconds. So yeah.
Off the top of my head, balding, impotence, back problems, trying to date younger women, dwelling on the glory days of high school and college.
I don't dwell on the glory days of like
High school and college
don't
was
at all,
that was not a glorious time for me. Post university was all right though.
balding. Yeah, I was panicking about that because I kept getting my hair cut like really short, and then I was looking at my like this bits, and I'm thinking,
Put your hair back. I think you're all right.
You got a good
yeah,
head.
but I was starting to flap it, mate, because I had it cut quite short, and under this light, I'm like, fuck, am I going bald? I was like proper shit in my pants. Well, you've got a little bit of a balding spot, haven't you?
I've got like it's a little thin on the old crown, yeah. But I think that's just like I've got shit hair. It's just like really fine. You know, people think I straighten my hair and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's natural. But because it's so fine, it's not thick.
Yeah.
It just like it's all right when I've kind of just washed it. But like if it starts getting a little greasy, it starts to look a little thin on top.
We'll go down Turkey, lad. We'll come back looking like.
I feel like I'm just gonna go with the Larry David. You know, when I get older, like just gonna go around bald on top.
That's what my
Just
granddad's
go
got in
around.
it. My granddad do a music video.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I'm talking about like a little long at the back.
What else have we got, George?
New Balance shoes,
No,
grilling meats,
no.
I'm into that.
He
yeah.
loves that though.
and lawn care.
Not into lawn care.
You cannot text them more than one question at a time, and they'll only answer the last and or the least important question in the message.
I do that. I 100% do that.
And it's like thumbs up. Like if I text my dad, it's like a thumbs up reply.
Oh,
and then
okay.
when he were in
I do that.
his hole, he kept like I'd ask him a question, or whatever it was, it'd be like yes, thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's an efficient response.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
I like-
what you want me to ask you about, like the weather?
I said, "Fucking, that's like texting my dad." I wanted just a bit of something back.
You can literally
What
put,
was I supposed
I've been
to
in
say?
a car accident on M62. I broke both my legs. Okay.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Okay, son.
How's the car?
Yeah.
Hangovers been much worse.
That's true. That's 100. Although I don't know if that's because I just drink.
That picture
more.
when he were asleep, like I've never seen him that bad. In fact, this goes back to what he said last week when it's like, oh, I didn't drink as much as you lot. When we were driving from Germany to Switzerland, he pulled over. He's like, I cannot drive anymore. Like, I've got to get in the passenger seat and go to sleep.
You know what I think that was, though? I think that was more me realising, hang about, why am I doing all the work here?
No. Every fucking trip, I say, put my name on the insurance. And every trip you go, no, I'm going to drive. And then every trip, I illegally drive cross country without insurance. Like every fucking time, mate. Every time I drive the vehicle without. When I say let's split the driving at first, like no, I'll drive it all. And then it gets to the point where he can't drive it all, and he goes, "You drive it." So then I drove us into Switzerland illegally.
You need to calm down there. Like, you was being like a little bit erratic. You know, it was steady driving. There was no.
And I was as hungover as he was.
No.
Fuck yeah, man.
You couldn't even wake me up, for Christ's sake. I'm like the lightest sleeper on planet Earth. Anyway, let's just get off it, right? I'll put you on the insurance next time, all right? I'll put you in the Thrifties fucking whatever, let this guy drive thingy.
All right, we've got 2 more. Ice baths. I'm becoming obsessed with like hard men. Listening to neuroscientists and Joe Rogan and getting on TRT.
I'm into that. Like, I think
hard men.
Yeah, like manly,
Jocko
macho
Willink,
men.
Yeah,
Give me some more examples.
David Goggins. The ice bath thing's a funny one. Have you ever considered ice baths?
No, I understand the utility for them, especially people that are in the combat sport or any kind of contact sport, right? But I don't. There's no reason for me to get in an ice bath, is there? Really?
I feel like isn't it just like a cold shower enough? Like, do we have to put ice and have it actually freezing?
Well, yeah, that's the benefit of it, isn't it? Like, if you're not uncomfortable, then it's pointless.
I bet a cold shower's still pretty uncomfortable.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah. Anyway,
And what TRT?
I need to know about more hard men. Give me some more examples.
David Goggins.
He's a hard man.
Listen to them.
Yeah.
He's a hard man.
Yeah, he's like like one
I
of
know
the
he's
special
pretty
forces.
intense, but is he hard?
Yeah, he's like ex-special forces.
So
There's
he's
loads
like
of
Ant
these-
Middleton, he's
not hard, man.
There's loads of these like millionaire influencers that are like massive and.
So we're just
roided
talking
up.
about people that are on gear, not hard men.
Nah, yeah, but like they
giving
are
life
hard
advice.
men as well.
You mean
like,
people that are affecting being hard?
No, but like they're also like hard men. They'll do like ultra marathons and fucking.
How does doing an
shoot
ultra marathon make you hard?
Because like it's a mentally difficult thing to do.
So mentally?
It's physically and mentally demanding. It's like
That makes you hard. Is that what we're saying? I'm not
Hardened
disagreeing
men.
with you.
yeah, I think so. I think that's what like.
You could probably use that as a little clip. That makes you hard. Put anything in front of that. Put him talking about like lawn care, and in the reel, just put me saying that makes you hard afterwards. I don't know. Like, what's a hard man? I don't know. It's like that interview with Al Pacino, and somebody says, "Are you tough?" And he's like, "What's tough?"
I think of people like Ant Middleton. Like he's ex-special forces. He's still now in his 40s trying to do really difficult shit like climb Mount Everest, climb K2, like all these.
Does that just make you ambitious, not hard? Maybe
But
am I overcomplicating this?
gotta be
They're
pretty hard to do that
they're
stuff,
so
though.
physically demanding. Like to go up Everest, I think it takes 40 days round trip from base camp.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not hard. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
but
saying like difficult. I think I'm just overcomplicating this. I just don't know what like constitutes a hard man. I don't look at Joe Rogan and think, oh, that guy's hard as nails. I think that's the guy.
I'd be like he's hard as nails.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like I could beat him in a fight. I'm just saying like I don't look at Joe
Have you
Rogan and
seen his
think,
leg
what a
kicks?
fucking hard case.
Yeah, it's just, he's a fucking beast, isn't he? And then
Is he?
TRT,
Alright, okay.
I think that's not really that popular in the UK.
What
We
is
should
T-
get a
what
TRT
is
sponsor. Testosterone replacement therapy.
Right.
As
I don't know these.
as men age, the testosterone starts to deplete.
Yeah.
And then the argument is that we should supplement with testosterone to take it back to what it'd be like
Could
your
never.
testosterone levels.
Could never. Lifetime natty over here. Could never.
I don't believe it. But it's not often done in the UK, the whole TRT thing. But I do believe it should be. Apparently, as well, I saw a stat on Facebook or something the other day. Apparently, they're in a massive study. Every male that was studied, they found microplastics in their testicles.
Microplastics.
So because we drink out of like this, and we eat out of plastic tubs, and like apparently microplastics are now physically like in our DNA. As every human is born with microplastics in, which is a bit scary.
That's a bit weird. Does it affect us?
I'm alive.
Well, yeah, apparently like it can affect testosterone. Apparently, men's testosterone nowadays is like so much lower than what it would have been back in the 50s or whatever.
Not me, babe.
Yeah,
Get close, put that,
Jesus.
George.
Yeah, fucking
That looks sore.
That's without a pump.
sponsored by Anavar over there.
That looks like it's one of them
fucking dare
videos
you.
where it pops out of place and it's like
Oh, cheers, George. I take that as a compliment.
there was a dent. Do it again. There was like a dent.
Yeah, I've
in
got
it.
like it's like
Don't do it again.
It's like look, but I don't know what that is.
Move the mic. Can't see it there.
It's a bit like
Yeah, it's like dented.
it's like Pac-Man. I don't know what
It's
that's
like you
from.
ripped something there.
Put that on the thumbnail.
Wanking too much.
Put that on the thumbnail. Then like get
Fuck this, I'm off for a wank.
get the clarity and the structure, and just ram it up to the top so it looks even more grainy.
No, don't do that. No.
I do that anyway for the thumbnail, so don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
That's the thumbnail for this week.
Could
Then.
it just be my arm though, not my face? Just have the arm. Put a smiley face on it.
I'll put Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, the handshake.
Have that.
Your arm.
Have that, and then just put like, "Am I a lifetime natty?" question mark, and we've got this week's.
Recreate the
atomic handshake from Predator.
Go on.
You can use your right arm.
They got you pushing too many pencils. Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Here we go.
What's the matter? They got you pushing too many pencils.
No arm wrestling.
No, I'm not snapping my arm like that guy did.
You didn't do the next line.
I don't know the line.
Make it
I
easy
haven't
for
watched
yourself,
it.
Dutch. You haven't seen Predator?
I haven't seen Predator.
That's unbelievable. That's
haven't
almost
seen
unforgivable.
Have you seen Tiger King yet?
No. How have you not seen Predator? Predator 1?
I've seen
Probably the greatest action movie of all time.
I've seen no Predators, no Terminators. I haven't seen. I've seen the Christmas one.
How you convinced me to do this podcast is unbelievable.
Whoa, you convinced me, mate. Remember that?
No.
You literally came
I
to me
just
and
said
went, we should start a podcast.
No, I said, hey,
Three times
brain
now,
fart one day. I was like, hey, should we do a podcast? Nah. And then you got it like within yourself.
But you were already doing you were doing a podcast, a movie podcast.
I don't know if we could really call it that, but like.
So you've forgotten.
That was a favour to a mate. It was just like a bit, it was just,
It was
it's
trying
just a-
it
just
at
a
the
bit
bank
wet, yeah.
still.
I'd like to re-listen to that just to see how happy and cheerful you once were before you started doing this on a weekly basis.
No, I was really miserable on that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That when he were back in his.
You need
Even
to
when you're talking
his
about
studio
movies,
in
like
Lost House.
things you're passionate about.
Yeah, well, I'm not like Chris Nolan. I don't like get passionate about movies in general. But there are like some things you just should have watched. Like how have you not seen Predator, man? That's crazy.
Anyway, last middle-aged stroke.
I forgot we were doing that.
We get cargo shorts, so we have somewhere to keep our Crocs.
I feel like I'm not really succumbing to the whole. Like, I'm still wearing skinny jeans. I still think I'm like 22.
Somebody DM'd me from the podcast, and it was a female, and she said, "You boys are showing your age by wearing those jeans." I was just like, "You motherfucker!"
I like flares back in or something, George. I saw something. I mean, like, forget Harry Styles for a second because he dresses like a tit. But like, I'm
like
noticing
90s
more
food, it's
people
90s.
wearing flares.
I don't know about flares. I mean, it depends. If
It's like baggy shit all the time, isn't it now?
It depends.
Oversized baggy shit.
Yeah, I did.
well, baggy jeans are coming back in more than skinny
They
jeans.
look awful though, man.
they
Especially
do
on
look-
older people. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I think it depends what you wear them with. I think they can look good.
I'm sure you'd make them look good, Judge. Right? But like, when you
I
like
just bought a
past
pair.
30, right? You've got to
They're not
really be
massively
careful
baggy.
about considering how, if you care about how you look, like what you actually look like and how you dress.
I've gone for like the cargo-y pants now, I guess. But these are still kind of skinny, like they're fitted at the bottom.
I don't think you can go wrong with some cargo pants.
But yeah, it's
I like
a fucking
fair
minefield, mate. I bought a bunch of gear for my holidays, and like the fashion has changed on it, and it's all baggy stuff.
The fashion has changed.
Yeah.
Officially the most middle-aged thing I ever said on this podcast. Yeah.
Ripped jeans are well out as well.
Ripped. I never was really into that. I know, like,
I had
what
one
you do
pair
in
of
a
ripped
fucking
jeans, but I
go-kart.
never wore them.
Yeah.
What else
I
is
used
not
to
in?
wear them, but what not in anymore.
Yeah.
Do you remember all like these a bit early 2000s stuff, but all the t-shirts with like the bedazzling on it and stuff, you know, like skulls, but it's got like
Oh, yeah, I
like
remember that.
jewels and stuff on it or whatever. That's all.
I never
well
had
out.
those.
Like printed T-shirts from Top Man with Rihanna on it.
I've only just
I had
started
that.
actually buying things which are like in some way branded. It used to just be band t-shirts.
Mate, I went on that website the other day, me, you know, I thought, I might get a couple of T-shirts from there because I thought yours looked nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, out of my price range, that, brother.
Out of his price.
Fucking
We're also
love it.
finding his fucking rangey today out of my price
Did you
range.
see
Didn't
Greg's
we?
are making clothing line?
Don't they sell them in Primark?
Sell like trainers and stuff.
Greg's Crocs, yeah.
They're awful. Should get some for Mike for
Have you
Christmas.
got any Crocs?
Mike could wear them.
Have I got any Crocs?
Yeah.
No.
You won't have any Crocs, will
Are
you?
you joking me? Are you fucking taking the piss?
don't-
I think it's
get
probably
them.
I think it's probably nonce behaviour, me. That and dressing gowns. I'm like,
Crocs in socks?
Crocs and dressing gowns are like, it's like pedo vibes.
Hey, wait a second. Dressing gowns can be. I don't have one, but like they can't. Like think about like the Big Lebowski. Why did I say that? Think about like Jeff
Bezos, Jeff Epstein.
Like if you're feeling like you just want to stay at home, whatever, and like it's cold, it's January, like, and you want like something on that's going to be a
it's
little bit
fucking off. I can't. I'll guarantee.
I prefer a big baggy hoodie.
I bet. Yeah, I wear like baggy hoodie. You know, like shorts.
Hoodies are good.
That's I don't know what that is.
I know you. Those
That's like
big things.
massively oversized.
Like a onesie.
It's
Onesies
not,
and
it's not a
onesie as well.
onesie. It's not a onesie.
I bet Tory Mike wears a dressing gown, and I bet he's got slippers as well. Slip-on slippers.
Slip-on slippers.
I feel like going after slippers. I don't wear
I've
them,
got
but I feel like
slippers.
going after them's a bit much. Yeah.
God.
If you've got a nice pair of slippers, like I got bought some for Christmas, some Barber ones, and they're so nice.
Right. Okay. Now you're getting too excited about the slippers, George. There is a middle ground whereby you can wear slippers and just appreciate slippers. I don't, but I get why.
So you just walk around barefoot.
Yeah, or like just with socks on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, especially if I had a carpeted house, I would never wear slippers.
See,
Women can wear dressing gowns. I mean, that's fine.
in our house, I've walked downstairs in the middle of the night in our kitchen, tiled floor and stuff, and I've stepped on a slug.
What?
Well, you need to kind of like
Why?
redefine your
I
home
don't know. I don't
security.
know where they
if
come from.
Slugs are getting in. That
don't know
implies
where
there's been
they
more
come
than
from.
one.
No,
That's
there's just one.
some kind of slug hotbed.
But I've done that barefoot, so I'm like, I will never go downstairs.
That'd still be gross if you weren't
barefoot now.
What, you mean you don't have underfloor heating throughout your mansion?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've got underfloor heating which works in one room.
You sure?
So when I don't own the house. Why do you
whoa,
imply
calm-
like this
calm
is a
down,
good
brother.
Why do you imply this is a good thing?
Whoa.
That like I've got to pay like the mortgage on a house that I do own, and then I've got to rent another house. You think that's like a good thing? Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, look at my property portfolio. Twat.
Have we got any fest pits or fest
We've got
holes
some
or
fest
bum holes to
pits.
finish this on, yeah?
I've got some fest.
I think we better wrap this up because I think your boy's going to turn.
Yeah, he's on the verge.
Look at bit peckish me now, you know.
Yeah.
You massive
I am brought
pot
anything.
of salad.
I haven't brought anything today. Go on, what have we got?
I have to go eat like a salad off that McLaren that you're filming later on or something.
Oh, yeah. Yours. Well,
As a DJ, please be aware that getting the good-looking girls to dance is my one aim, because once they do, everyone else does. So when you come up to me and request some Oasis track early in the night, it isn't getting played, mate.
Yeah, I mean, like, that is the thing about DJs, isn't it? A lot of people will be like, oh, I've got to go request this. But I feel like a DJ is like the kind of the gatekeepers, aren't they? Like, they kind of know what they're doing. And, like, if they refuse, they're not
do
being an
people actually
arsehole.
request songs still?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They do something now. I saw something where it's like there's a QR code at the front of the DJ set, and you just scan it, and it takes you to a thing where you can pay what, £1, £2 to request a song, and if he doesn't play your song, he can refund you
That's
your money back.
like a human jukebox.
But it's like you're getting paid tips then to play songs that they want to hear.
Okay, I like that.
Good idea. I thought I might start doing it for band, but we don't take requests, so
Yeah, you can't play the song.
no.
There are also like no women coming to your gigs like ever. It's like it's the highest, like it's like 90% men.
Well, that's a lie.
I mean, I've been at 4 gigs now, and the only women that I saw there were women that you brought with you.
You've been coming
Yeah,
to
like
the
your
wrong
mum, your
gigs.
nan.
You've been coming to the wrong gigs, I think. The one in Pudsey.
What about the other
no,
three?
There's Jen at the front like this. Woo,
Beer Keller
George!
now.
I feel like that's a bit like they were there, but they were there
And you came
circumstantially.
like 1 week.
I still need to see George play.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. I would highly recommend it.
When's your next gig?
We're playing at the Crafty Fox in Brighouse on not next week, week after. Weekend.
You're going to specify the day.
Saturday
Yeah, that will.
I don't
Look
know.
at the day and the time, George.
Is that like the 16th? In June the 16th?
No, it's like the 8th, I think.
Might be able to make that.
Yeah, 8th of June.
Yeah. Might be able to make
Come
that.
down, see Michelle.
Yeah, see the team, watch you play.
Yeah, come down.
Sign me up.
Right, final fest pit. Always wondered if I'd made the right decision breaking up with an ex. Then their Facebook update from today said should of instead of should have.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
knew I definitely made the right
Oh
decision.
yeah.
That is such a pet
That
peeve
could have
of
been.
mine,
Was that me? What's the username?
Okay, when people do that.
Oh yeah, man.
Could have, should have, would have.
Yeah.
I reckon there's more alarming things than bad grammar, but I can see where you're going with
Very few. That's
It
like
really
what
annoys
they
me.
call it now, an ick.
Yeah.
That's a bit of an ick for me.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A red flag.
I don't know if I go as far as say it's a red flag. It's just a bit like, go back to school, please, for a bit.
Sorting out.
Do some kind of remedial, learn grammar course as an adult or something like that. I don't know.
Well, that's been fun.
I felt like I was 2 hours long or something.
It was 1 hour and 5.
Sweet.
Christ.
I think we've done all right this week. George made an appearance. Adam's not kicked off yet. I don't know. I think that's a win all round. Should we jump over to Patreon?
I got the kickoff in there early this week.
You did.
When you started asking me about, you prodding me about YouTube. Otherwise, I could have been completely unbroken the whole time. Predator, saying you not watch Predator though, that almost sent me. But like, peace.
See you on Patreon.